Hey everybody, welcome back to 14 Rings, an NFC East podcast. I'm your host Lucas with Mal Maurice and Earl, and also known as JT. And we are recording because guess what? It's the start of free agency, and as promised, for weeks now, we are doing our Cowboys mock draft. So before we get into free agency, which there is a lot, and I know some people are very happy here, some people probably are not. But free agency has started. But before we get into that, we got to get into the Cowboys mock draft. Like last week, we're going to have a screen share with JT. JT's going to run the Cowboys draft. He's going to talk about it. We might comment, but JT, do you have anything to say before we start this draft?
Looking forward to doing this mock draft with you all. Hopefully I'll deliver with my squad, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Sounds like a plan. So we're going to go ahead and start sharing that screen, and we're going to go from there, okay? And this time, Maurice got his glasses, so yes. I don't need to zoom in. Yes. All right, we'll
go. Zoom just in case.
We'll see. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to press
purposes.
For technical purposes. So with the 12th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select who? You got Sonny Styles, Mansour Delaney, Delane, sorry. You got a couple other guys here. Sadiq Lemon.
Go back up. Sonny Styles.
Yeah, what the heck? How do you fall that far?
The situation with Sonny Styles is that he's athletic, but they have him as an outside linebacker. And the thing is, some people may look at him differently with him being an outside linebacker. I also know that Dallas needs help, especially in the linebacker department, because there could be a linebacker moving to a different position. I could neither confirm or deny it, but it gives Dallas an athletic person that works with the scheme that Christian Parker would like to do. So overall, I'm picking Sonny Styles because honestly, there's some guys that need offense in the top 10. And if one of those guys fall, and which Styles did, I'm taking them. But if there's a situation, if Styles or Downs falls, I'm taking Caleb Downs. But for right now, I'm taking Sonny Styles.
Are there any injury concerns with Styles?
No.
Okay. I'm hearing things that maybe Styles is not what people think, and he could fall in this draft.
Yeah. I do want to note that we are not doing trades in these mock drafts. There's only one mock draft that we're going to do a trade for, but that's not until April. Until then, you got your next pickup, Makai Lemon, Monroe Freeling, Kenyon Sadiq, Peter Woods.
Can you go to corner?
Corner? Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a second here. Corner would be Avion Terrell.
Oh, Jamal McCoy's there too.
Jamal McCoy, I don't see him.
Oh, that was Colton Hood, my bad.
Yeah.
Got a little excited there. All right, could you go to safety for me, please? Give me Dylan Thieneman.
Okay.
Yep. I like Dylan. He ran really well at the combine. He's rangy. He can do a lot. And I think Christian Parker needs that, especially in the department. Even though that we have had some signings today from free agency dealing with safety as well as yesterday. But one of them I feel like can be a starter while the other one you can plug and play. I'm looking for guys that you can plug and play.
Hold up, JT. You don't have a second or a third?
Nope. Let it play.
Oh.
Keep it on.
All right. We in the fourth round. And with the 112th pick, who do the Dallas Cowboys?
That was fast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is going to go by a lot faster than we think, folks.
Yeah, mine's going to be the longest one. Sure.
Yes, it is. No joke.
Might need to take a nap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe.
I need to take a nap.
Hey, go down a little bit.
All right. So you got, on the big board, you got Garrett Nussmeier, Julian Neal, Joshua Joseph, Emmett
my
Johnson.
Boy Emmett is up there too.
Yeah, Emmett Johnson. He is Nebraska, and for our fans, if you haven't figured it out already, he is a big Nebraska fan. Traydon Stukes, Genesis Smith. Oh, that's a good name, Genesis. Oh, but he's a safety. You've already picked one.
Who said I couldn't double dip?
Literally,
you've already double dipped in free agency, my dude.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mm.
Can you go to corner for me, please?
Corner? You got Julian Neal as a
no. I mean the selection corners.
Okay.
There we go. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Could you scroll down for me, please? And what number am I?
You're at pick 112.
Give me scroll down. Go back
Hezekiah Massey. The Ephesians prize.
I'll take Dalen Everett from Georgia.
Dalen Everett from Georgia.
He's a Virginia native.
Okay.
Hard to pass up on them Bulldogs.
Yeah, I really like his upsize. He's rangy. He has the speed. A lot of these corners in this draft ran really good 40 times. I like that. But I want to see what you can do outside of that. And I believe he has the range that can cover. You just got to get off some of the blocks sometimes, but he's a very solid guy that can play. I like him. He's kind of that, I think he's around like 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's around that range. He might be 6'1", but he's very fast, physical when he needs to be. And I think Dallas is really trying to find erasers, especially in the secondary, especially with Bland having foot injury, heal up Bland, as well as Revel being a corner piece. Hopefully his knee is healed up. So I'm looking for rangy erasers, but also guys who have the athletic ability to be able to take away the receiver. So
let's review what you got with your first 3 picks so far. You got Sonny Style, linebacker. Dylan Thienenin. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
It's okay.
Safety, and then Dalen Everett, cornerback. So you go in defense at the beginning of your mock draft.
Yes.
Is that going to be a continuing thing, or are you going to mix it up?
We'll see what happens. Okay. There is a running back I'm looking at right now, as well as a tackle, but we'll see if they fall in place.
Okay, so you're at the 152nd pick now. And I don't know if these include compensatory picks. I don't believe they do.
Oh, but I can say that Dallas was awarded 2 fifth-round compensatory picks. Okay. So that will add to their draft when.
Well, before we even continue, let's see if they included.
Yes, they did. I had a whole tweet about
because
this.
It's 177.
Last week the Eagles had 9 picks, and because of the compensatory picks, they now had 9 picks. So it was already.
No. What I'm saying is, did it add it to the mock draft?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so you're at 152. Your big board has Billy Stroth, Deion Burks, Bo Stevens, Charles Demings, Jack Endries, and Chris McClellan.
Can you go to running back for me?
Yes, sir.
B.
Okay, Damon Claiborne.
And
Jameer
what number am I
Taylor.
At?
Huh?
What number am I at? I'm at 152, right?
Yeah.
Give me Claiborne.
Okay, Wake Forest.
Yes, he is a running back that I think he was captain on the offense, where he catches the ball out the backfield. I think Dallas needs a running back that can do that, but also can hit his head on the goalpost. Claiborne can do that as well. I think he ran around a 4.3, 4.4. He's a little undersized, but he's around close to maybe 6 foot. But as soon as he hits the gear, I think the sky's the limit on what he's capable of doing. And especially with what this offense needs, especially if they don't get Jeremiah Love in the first round, I can see this guy being a nice little replacement that you can ease him into the game where he can learn under Javonte Williams, but it's also a competition between him and who knows, Jadon Blue or Phil Maffa. But other than that, I like Claiborne. I got a chance to see some of his highlights. I kind of followed him during this season. The guy can do a lot. The only thing is I want him to run in between the tackles a little bit more. But as soon as he make a guy miss, he can take it to the house. And that's something I really like for the offense, because I feel like there's too many times where I like the physicality, but we also need to mix that physicality with some finesse. And I think Claiborne will be a nice addition to that.
I just said it.
So I should note that I didn't realize this until this mock draft, but once you draft a player, while you're still in the draft, you can click on them and get the scouting report.
Yeah, it says he ran 7.8 yards per carry. It's pretty good.
Yeah, in the that would be updated as of 10/22/25. So not a complete one, but still pretty impressive. Let me go back to the draft now. That being said, let's get to your next pick, which is 177. With the 177th pick, JT, who are the Cowboys picking? Now, we should note that the top options are Torian York, Pat Cogan, Oscar Delp. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say that guy's name.
Try it.
Falali
Fayamo.
Boy, I hope he hears it and be like, my name is this.
I feel like the substitute teacher from Key and Peele, and I apologize to everybody.
Haters in the plural. Hey, can you go to Edge for me, please?
Yes. Please let there be no complicated names.
Nadine
Tucker, Vincent Anthony Jr.
Okay. All right.
The
next one.
Kamara.
No. Right there.
Okay. I actually think I know how to say this. Quintavious Hutchinson.
That is how you say it, yeah.
There's no O-N at the end.
It's a lot of words.
That is how you say it.
It's a lot of words for Quintavious.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to do that. Can you go up for me, please? All right. I've been looking at Nadame Tucker as well as Vincent Anthony Jr. I really like both of those guys. You can do a lot with them. The one thing I like about Vincent Anthony, oh boy, okay. You know what? Give me Vincent Anthony Jr.
Okay.
I think he could fit that scheme Parker's looking for. The one thing that I like about Anthony Jr., he's very tall. I think he's like around 6'6", but he's like around 240.
I should note, you already are up again with the 180th pick.
Oh, wow, that's fast. All right.
Yes, sir. Still basically same guys as before. I'm not going to repeat myself. What position would you like to look at?
Can you go to linebacker for me, please?
Yes, sir. Actually, Torian York is a linebacker.
There it is. Give me Torian York.
Okay. Keep it simple.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so while that's going, I want to note, no trades. You have picked Sonny Styles, Dylan Thienenim. I can't say it.
Anyway, yeah, we'll work on it.
Daylon Everett, Damon Claiborne, Vincent Anthony Jr., and Torian York.
You have two picks left. 2 more picks to go.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Marlon Klein? I guess that's how you say that. Klein, okay. Oh, Eli, the heck? Heidenrich, yeah. Thaddeus Dixon.
Mal, I'm getting a kick out of Lucas trying to say these names.
I bet you are.
I'm enjoying it.
Start calling me Mr. Darby, really. Jameer Taylor, Daquan Wright, Dazon, Stribling, Riley.
Can you go to wide receiver for me, please?
Thank you. Okay. So I already said the top 2. Eric McAllister, Byron Brown. Yeah, Byron.
All right, I'm going to draft Eric McAllister.
Okay. I know why, because that's your TCU guy.
Not necessarily. Guy's 6'3", 205. He almost has a George Pickens size. Dak needs those taller receivers, and he's definitely really good with his routes. He has a high catch radius. Hands very sticky. He holds on to the ball very well, and I think having him at a later round, I think that's a nice addition. He can work his way up the roster if feels short. So McAllister's the pick.
All right,
I have one more to go.
Yes, one with the 225th pick. Who are the Dallas Cowboys taking?
Can you go to offensive tackle for me, please?
Yes, sir, because it wouldn't be a Cowboys draft without at least one of them, right?
Hopefully his name isn't Tyler.
Well, let's see. We got Nolan Rucci, Carver Willis. Sorry. Tristan Lee, Caden Bennett, Ethan Nanwa. I think of on Inwa, I think, and Riley Malman. No Tyler here, guys.
I guess
What you got, Jaden?
Diego Pounds probably already got taken off the board.
I would imagine so. Yes.
Okay. All right. There's gonna be a toss up. Go back up. Give me Nolan. All right. That's all, folks.
All right. So, to recap and to grade, according to NFL Mock Draft Database, your Sonny Styles pick is an A. Your Dylan Thienenin pick is an A. Daylon Everett is a B+.
Okay.
Dedmon Claiborne is an A+. Vincent Anthony Jr. is an A. Dorian York is a B+. Eric McAllister is an A+. And Nolan Rucci is a B. So let me ask you this, JT. How do you feel about the Cowboys mock draft here?
Not gonna lie, I went for what I feel the coaches needed. I wanted to listen to the coaches and just see how I can help them. And that means bringing a physicality that would be really good. Getting Styles if he falls. It's one that if either Downs is there or Styles, you take him because he'd be the best one available. No doubt in my mind, I can see what they can use, especially with Styles considered as an outside linebacker because they hired a particular outside linebacker coach. So I'm looking to see, okay, if this is what it's going to take to get him out there on the field. I like being able to see the ranginess of what he can do, especially with his athleticism, because I want my guys to be running to the ball and making them regret getting the ball. And I like being able to add that also with coverage with Thieneman, where I feel that he can learn under their newly signed guy, Jalen Thompson. I doubt Malik Hooker is a guy you could learn under, but you keep him there for veteran presence if you want to. But I feel like this guy is a plug and play as well because you can interchange your safety room. And I want my safeties to be able to move. I don't want them to be stagnant. I want them to be moving at all times. Wherever they see the ball, you go get the ball. And I want those guys who are ball hawks.
All right.
Can you pull up? Hold on. Could you pull up the list, or did you?
Yeah. I didn't exit out of it. I can pull up the list again.
While you do that, though,
just want to make sure.
Obviously, you think the defense needs to improve, correct?
Defense matters.
Yes.
I feel like the offense, they give so many shiny toys to the offense, and I'm just like, come on now, why can't you give some of those shiny toys to the defense? You know, it would mean a lot because my defense this past season was ranked 39th in the NFL, and I didn't like that. You basically, whenever you lined up, you would get cooked on a big play. That was heir apparent in week 2 this past season, and it was just a roller coaster of disaster as the season went along. Now, I want front office to be able to get guys for Christian Parker and the defense coaches because they're going to coach these guys up. And I really want to get guys in here that are coachable, but also have very high IQs to be able to play the game where I think they should. Now, I went heavy on this defense because normally when they get a pretty good coordinator, it goes to you want to get this guy his guys. You want to respect his vision. And I really want to respect Christian Parker's vision as well as Shoddy's as well because he's pushing for something, and I don't want them to be hurt by not necessarily hurt, but I want them to follow their vision instead of it being trampled in what the Joneses were doing. Now, I didn't like that Shoddy was the scapegoat of saying that he was the reason why Eberflus was brought in, where myself and all the Cowboys Nation know that Jerry Jones was the one that hired this man before he hired the head coach. So it was some nefariousness already in there. but I want them to be able to respect their vision. And with this draft, I wanted to express that the best way possible, letting Cowboys know that these are the key guys you're looking for. But if it doesn't fall that way, I can see them going corner first. If it's Delane, it could be Delane. And then that 20th pick could be CJ Allen, the linebacker out of Georgia, because we have one of those linebacker coaches from Georgia. So they know him very well. So it either could work the way that I did it, or it can go in what the coaches are looking for as well. But I wanted to try to replicate what the coaches are looking for. So Styles, Thieneman, got Everett, got Claiborne. Claiborne is the one where running back, I feel he's played RB1 before in college, where I could see him doing that in the NFL. Jadon Blue still have to show me what he's capable of doing. I'm not ready to crown him RB2. And Phil Maffa, the same as well. They got to have competition. I don't want anything crowned to them, so I want to bring competition to them. And if that means bringing in Malik Davis again, as well as Claiborne, competing for RB2, I'm cool with that. In the linebacker room, I like having York in there as well. See the ball, go get the ball. He attacks when he needs to, and I'm just looking for guys that attack. I wanted to get Diego Pounds. He's a guy out of Ole Miss. The guy's 6'6", 330. He's just stout. And I'm very, very aware that the tackles haven't been the best. And I'm looking for assurance in that in case it doesn't work out. You got guys you can plug in there and kind of fit that mold that you would want them to have. And yeah, overall, I liked what I did with this draft. I know that I did some replicas of them, and the draft is about maybe 80, 90%, maybe close to 100% in what I did in my mock draft. So this is the Dallas Cowboy mock draft. I digress.
All right. Well, you actually don't get to digress because
I don't.
You got to tell us about Dallas Cowboys free agency. We're starting off with you, my man.
Well, we're in day 2 of free agency, and the Dallas Cowboys are kind of moving a little different. You know what? Scratch that. They're moving faster than what they normally do with free agency at this time, because normally they just kind of sit on their hands and not do anything and then wait the later part into the free agent week. But this time around, the first 2 days, they made some moves. Their first move in the very beginning hours of free agency, they traded for an edge and Rashawn Gary from Green Bay. They traded a 2027 fourth round pick for Gary. Now, I know this guy, I remember he got drafted in 2019. He's kind of in that border range where he's in his prime. You could say he's not, maybe. But overall, I thought that was a move that I felt they could have done a little better with, where, yeah, Gary's cool, but I wanted them to be a little more aggressive, but being able to make a trade utilizing a fourth, which is kind of technically a fifth for the Cowboys, if you know, and you brought in a guy that worked with Derek Astley, who's part of the staff, so he knows him, which I'm okay with. The first signing the Dallas Cowboys had in free agency was safety Jalen Thompson. He was a safety for the Arizona Cardinals, and they signed him to a 3-year deal. For 3 years, I believe it's $34 million for that. That's pretty high for a safety, especially with the Cowboys and what they're trying to do. And they're bringing in a guy that Christian Parker can work with, that he talked about having a guy that can be multiple, rangy, you can move him around. Thompson is that guy. I also know that it was a clear update to the safety room, and he was one of those safeties that Dallas signed yesterday. And that was one of their first signings, while their second signing, they brought back Sam Williams on a 1-year deal. I believe it's around $5 million. I'm glad to have Sam Williams back. He's coming off that ACL tear. He's a year removed from that injury. I want to see what he's capable of doing with this defense and the scheme that Parker's trying to do. It fits right in Williams' wheelhouse. and I'm excited to see what he can bring on this deal because it's kind of another prove-it deal for him where I want him to go out there and earn his bag the right way, especially being fully healthy. So hopefully he does what he needs to get to that point, and you can also utilize him on special teams. This guy is 6'4", I think he's around 260, ran a 4.4, and he was a gunner for the most part. So that's a dangerous combo when this guy is that athletic. No doubt in my mind, you would want him on the defense. So glad to have Sam Williams back. And then I know that they had a couple of tender moves where there's guys that won't hit the free agent market. They put a tender on. Oh, I got tongue tied. Let me run that back. We put a tender on Josh Butler and Reddy Stewart. Both are corners for the Cowboys this past season. Butler didn't get a chance to play because he was recovering from a knee injury, but Reddy Stewart was a guy that they brought in the later part of the season, and he was honestly our best corner from last season, which was abysmal. So they brought them there to see what they can do. I think they could utilize Reddy Stewart as a movable piece, which I'm cool with. And Butler, he showed promise when he was out there on the field. I want to see him get a fair shot coming off this injury and seeing what he truly can do to get a contract. They've also put a tender on TJ Bass. They didn't let him go, where I believe he's a guy that's going to fit in as possibly as a backup center for Cooper Beebe. I do know that they didn't put a tender on Brock Hoffman or Wanye Thomas. So I'm not sure what is going to occur with those guys. I wish them nothing but the best on their next move. That all took place within free agent day 1, free agent day 2. They recently signed PJ Locke to a 1-year deal. I think it was around $8 million. But also, in order to get these deals done, they had to hit some switches. And I remember when I told y'all that Dallas can free up about maybe $131 million, allegedly. They restructured Dak's contract, CeeDee Lamb's, as well as Tyler Smith's.
No.
What?
Adam Schefter
I just saw that.
Adam Schefter just said the Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement for Max Crosby. We will have no further comment at this time, according to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Wait, they backed out of the trade?
They backed out of the trade. You guys are still alive.
Yeah.
Well, my point on
what
that is...
What in the world? What happened?
Ooh.
Let me get through my news.
I'm sorry. That's breaking news. I had to do that one. I'm sorry.
It was breaking news. If the Raiders still want a first and a second, it's still on the table.
It's still on the table.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Wow.
What happened?
Wow, that's crazy. But in time, we'll get there. Let me finish up this.
Okay, sorry. That's breaking news.
Go ahead, Earl.
It's all good. I looked at his face. I was like,
interesting.
Man, who messed with his yogurt and stuff? And
I did no yogurt here, man. Just
all right. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's crazy. I just saw the notification on that. Wow, that's wild.
They have no further comment. That was very concise and to the point.
Oh, I have news as well. Trey Hendrickson is expected to make his free agent decision tomorrow.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
Yo, that's crazy. Wow. Man, let the bodies hit the floor. But back to the Cowboys news. They signed PJ Locke to a 1-year deal for $8 million, and then they signed a 1-year deal with defensive tackle. I hope to get this guy's name right. Otito Ogbonnia.
Oof.
I hope I said it right. Please don't shank me with a butter knife. But yes, this guy, he's a big guy. I think he'll be a rotational piece. I do know that they did waive Perion Winfrey in order to get a signing down when they got Rashawn Gary, or it could have been just for Ogbonnia. But I'm also hearing that it's a possibility that Oso Odigizua might be on the trading block. Now, they did sign him to a 4-year deal for $80 million. But at the same time, if you're looking to get more pieces that can help the defense, by all means, it's a strictly business. If they decide to make a trade for Osa, so be it. But now I'm hearing things that trade backed out with Max Crosby. I don't know. Maybe something could happen. I'm not saying it's set in stone, but if this is a true sign, the Dallas Cowboys need to answer the blessing, answer the call. And if you can get Crosby in here and you relinquish picks for it, it's for a really good cause. And hopefully that risk becomes a high reward.
We got to figure out what happened with Crosby first.
Yes, that is true.
Before anyone else entertains a trade for that.
Because, like, the only reason you back out of a trade like that is if he has a major medical concern.
Failed physical.
Yeah.
And I also know that I didn't speak much about Trey Hendrickson because I also know that he's also had injury troubles.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going on 32. He's about to be long in the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sign him and then he wakes up sorry. I don't want that after paying for him. I don't want that to occur. And I hope everything's okay with Max Crosby. I also
Me
know
too.
that
That's crazy.
He's coming off having that surgery, and no doubt in my mind, he was sick of the Raiders being. The only reason why he got that, wanted to be traded, was because they shut him down, and he didn't understand why they shut him down before the season ended. He wanted to play, and that just kind of left him kind of not okay with what they did, and that's why he was trying to get out of Las Vegas. But I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay with him and his health. And I don't know. That's big news. But
that is.
I don't think I have any more free agency from that. If anything comes across later, I'll do that in a later episode. But that's my free agency take. I digress.
All right. Miss Mal, the floor is yours.
Okay. This clearly has been a very wild free agency, guys. Let's get into it because the Giants
Before we start, can we just stop calling them the New York Giants and start calling them the New York Ravens?
No. So the Giants have been busy. Very busy. Let's get through day 1 and then I'll go to day 2. Day 1, we signed 7 players. Tight end Isaiah Likely, linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, kicker Jordan Stout, safety Ardarius Washington, re-signed right tackle Jermaine Illuminor, wide receiver Isaiah Hodgins, and tight end Chris Manhertz. Guys, we got Jermaine Illuminor on a really good deal.
Yeah, I heard.
I didn't think we were going to keep him under 15 at all, so that was pretty solid. Day 2, we got kicker Jason Sanders, cornerback Greg Newsome, and recent news that just broke, fullback Patrick Ricard. So John Harbaugh has a few familiar faces following him to the Ravens, and now their trade fell through. So I wonder what the heck is going on.
Following him to the Ravens?
Following him to the Giants from the Ravens.
No, it's New York Ravens now.
No, I'm not starting that. No, squashing that right now. Which,
Baltimore
speaking
Giants.
of Baltimore, Crosby was in Baltimore, so he must have failed the physical.
Yep.
Yeah, because the Beat was reporting that he was in Baltimore, so that must have been what happened. But we won't say anything on here until anything's actually confirmed.
I will say that Jordan Schultz did tweet. To be clear, the Raiders are blaming the Ravens, saying it's Baltimore's fault. The Max Crosby trade is off.
That's crazy work.
They were
because they probably
expecting 2 draft picks.
Well, we'll find out the full story as time goes on, because that's definitely gonna. Yeah, because that's definitely big news.
Back to you, Mal.
Back to my free
Isaiah
agency.
Likely, he was like one of your top guys, right?
Yes. Isaiah Likely was one of my top guys. I think that's the main reason why we didn't throw money at Wan'Dale Robinson. Plus, we were never going to pay him what the Titans paid him. Wan'Dale is a smaller slot receiver. Isaiah Likely is a tight end that lines up in the slot
like a big receiver,
quite often. Yeah, and so I think that's going to be a really nice fit for Jackson Dart in our offensive scheme. Now, we did lose Cordell Flott, and We did. Who else did we lose? Cordell Flott. Oh, Daniel
Dane
Bellinger. Daniel Bellinger, Dane Belton, who was more of a depth piece in the secondary. He went to the Jets. Daniel Bellinger, Wando Robinson, Cordell Flott, Austin Schlottman all followed Brian Dable to Tennessee.
That's
now,
wild.
Daniel Bellinger is an interesting one because Dable never gave him a shot. So to pay him that much money to go over to Tennessee is an interesting choice. But I wish him all the best. I hope that he does well over there. I wish all the guys the best over in Tennessee. They got paid. Good for them. Got their bag, especially Cordell Flott. So that'll be pretty cool. Cordell Flott, he was probably one of the bigger losses. I am happy, though, that we did re-sign Jermaine Illuminor. He was my number one in the offseason. Now, one thing that I want to say about John Harbaugh's free agency, he completely overhauled our special teams unit. Incredibly, incredibly important. Jamie Gillen was awful. You guys know our kicker situation. Jason Sanders was hurt last year with a hip injury, but prior to that in 2024, he was a very good kicker for Miami. So I am excited to see how he does with us this year. And Jordan Stout was the best punter in the league last year, and he's being paid as such. So I'm excited for the special teams unit. Really, really excited, especially because John Harbaugh is a special teams guy, yes.
Gunnar Olszewski, he was released. I was surprised on that because he was a decent return.
We re-signed him.
Oh, you did? I thought I saw
to a one-year deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
1 year deal.
I thought I saw that he got released.
No, and I thought that was a really good, choice there. He had really good chemistry with Dart, and he's a good punt returner. And also remember, we have Deontay Banks still on the roster, and he's pretty good with punt returning. We're going to need him now more than ever because I don't know what necessarily their plan is at cornerback, but they must have one in terms of the draft, or free agency is still happening, so I don't really know. But
you got Greg Newsome. That's a pretty good starter there.
And see, now Greg Newsome has a pretty good upside, so I'm interested to see what he does. I don't think Jacksonville really used him properly. I think that Dennard Wilson's scheme may help benefit him a little more, but we will see. Pat Ricard, I got a fullback. I love fullbacks, guys, and one of the best. I'm really excited about Pat Ricard. Good blocker. You know that we need it in the run game. Definitely will help Scattaboo.
I was about to say, think of that goal line formation. You got Dart, Picard, Scattaboo. It's almost a guaranteed touchdown every single time.
We got some bullies up there, which is pretty cool. We've never been a really, it's been a while since we've been a super, super physical team. So I'm excited. Josh Jacobs? Brandon Jacobs, you mean?
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, sorry, not Josh.
Yeah, Brandon Jacobs. Yeah, that Super Bowl run that we kind of had. So I'm excited. Linebacker can definitely use some, retuning, but we'll see what happens in the draft with that as well.
You got McFadden back, so that's good.
Yeah, we did re-sign Micah McFadden, which I forgot to mention. So, and I like McFadden. He's just coming off an injury. He's got a 1-year prove-it deal coming, so that is best case scenario. The biggest thing with John Harbaugh and Donna Ponte coming in, they are not overspending. They're pretty reasonably fair contracts for what these guys are worth. Giants definitely have improved themselves over the past 2 days. It's not over yet. We'll see what happens, what other drama will ensue, because there's plenty of drama. But I think that's all I got.
I find it interesting, before I take my spot, I find it interesting that you said John Harbaugh and Donna Shane. Is that her name?
Donna Ponte.
Donna Ponte. You mentioned those two, but you did not mention Joe Shane.
Because according to me, I have no sources. I am the source. Okay. Joe Shane is just running to get them coffee.
That's what it feels like. That is exactly what it feels like. She's not wrong. I don't disagree with that at all.
Okay, let me be so for real. In what world would Joe Shane make a fullback the highest paid and punter highest paid? Not happening. That was John Harbaugh and Donna Ponte.
That's true. Okay, fair enough. All right. That being said, I'm going to take over for the Commanders now, guys. Whenever Brandon Ayuk gets released, it's happening, but it hasn't happened yet. Okay. That being said, I'm going to go over the guys that we've kept so far, and then we're going to get into the guys that we're still that we've signed from other teams. So we re-signed Tress Way. That was a while ago. Same thing with Andrew Wiley, Dedrick Wise. Now Shai Tuttle was a newer addition. That was good. I depth piece there. And then we also re-signed yesterday Marcus Mariota. I was a little surprised about that one. I'm not going to lie. If we're going under center more, while Marcus Mariota can do it, it's not his strength. I would have preferred a backup that could play that style a little bit better. But that being said, it does have a relationship with the OC. He does have a relationship with Jaden Daniels. Obviously, he's a veteran guy that's been in Jaden's shoes before. So I'm okay with the move. It's not my favorite option for quarterback, but I can get over it. Nick Allegretti, who's right now looking to be our center, which I'm not thrilled about unless, and this is a little, and I think I mentioned this last week, but correct me if I didn't. We might see a little bit of Brandon Coleman at center. They might experiment there, from my understanding. We'll see. But right now, it looks like Nick Allegretti is the only center on the roster. So we'll see what happens there. Don't love that, but, and centers are going left and right now. I'm a little worried about that position. I'm not going to lie.
I'm sorry, JT. I have a question. JT. I'm sorry, Lucas. I have a question for JT. What is the center depth looking like in the draft? Considering think about it, Ravens need a center. Lucas needs a center. I mean, technically I do, but I'm going to rock with John Michael Schmitz. You don't sound too bad after all this drama.
I will say that we have been linked to the center. What is it? Barry. His last name is something Barry from the Titans, I think. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Let me check real quick.
That's a question I did have.
Yeah, there. We might have to go center in the draft. We'll see. I honestly don't know. We have been linked to. Oh gosh, what's his name? Hang on, I gotta look this up. But in the meantime, look, center is a position of need. They have hinted at Brandon Coleman maybe taking snaps there to see what happens. I don't know. He is a bigger body for sure. He would definitely, if he could handle the responsibilities, that would be big. But I don't. That seems like a lot to ask.
Go ahead, Earl.
Some of the centers you probably should take a look at the moment is
in draft, right?
Yep. So look at Connor Lew from Auburn, Jake Slaughter from Florida, Sam Hecht from Kansas State, Logan Jones from Iowa, as well as Brian Parker II from Duke. Now, these are interchangeable guys. I know some of the draft nerds, they have them in different slots. But if I'm going from what I'm seeing from it, I would have to say that Jake Slaughter, Connor Lew, Logan Jones. You know what? I take that back. I might bump Logan Jones to the top, with Jake Slaughter, Sam Hecht, Connor Lew, and Brian Parker II.
And just to be clear, the center that we've been connected with, free agent from Tennessee, is Lloyd Cushenberry. So that's the name that's been floated around. It's nothing official yet, but that's just the name that's been floated around. We were also in the running for Alec Peters. We offered more money than the Colts did apparently, but he wanted to stay in Indianapolis, so we did not get Alec Peters. That being said, we did get a few guys here. We got Amik Robertson, nickel from the Lions. A little undersized, however, the guy is apparently...
He's also played on the outside, too.
He has played on the outside, though I suspect with Mikey being slightly bigger and Mikey playing better on the outside last year, I suspect he'll probably play more nickel for us if I have a sneaky suspicion. He got signed for 2 years, $16 million, 9.3 guaranteed. He's like,
not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I think that's a solid deal. That's a depth piece there, in my opinion. Next one, and this is our big free agent spending. I know Maurice wasn't thrilled about this in the group chat, but we signed Odafe Owa from the Chargers.
Owe,
sorry, my bad. Odafe Owe from the Chargers for 4 years, not 400, 4 years, $100 million, including $68 million guaranteed.
Wow.
Now, I will say this. People might say, oh, he's not a full-time starter. But since he got traded from the Ravens week 6 to the Chargers, he had 7.5 sacks and one of the highest, I believe it was highest pressure rate in the NFL during that time. So they're expecting this is an upside move. They've made a move on the upside. He's only 28 years old. He played in Penn State with Micah Parsons, correct, JT? And they're gonna he ran a 4.3 and had one of the best.
It wasn't normal.
Look, he
wasn't normal.
in terms of physical skills, like he has them. So,
but Michael was the better.
He's young, and I think it could go well. I think that Minter was a big reason for OA's success last year. He didn't do well on the Ravens, and it's just hard to justify an upside signing when you're paying a guy that much as like a top 10 edge rusher. He's only making $3 million less than Brian Burns.
You know what this reminds me of? Look, less money, but
I'm not pocket watching. I'm glad the guy got his bag. I'm just saying.
This reminds me of when the Eagles signed Bryce Huff. He was a non-starter for the Jets. He came here trying to play a much bigger role on a different defense, and it simply didn't work. So, hopefully, things work out for him, but at least he got paid.
There is a gamble here. I'm not going to lie that there isn't a gamble. I think it's a fair gamble to make. I trust DJ. I trust Adam Peters. Let's see what happens.
Now, actually, the next
we'll
signing
see what happens.
Was the one I actually had more of a problem with.
You had more of a problem with Tim Settle?
No.
Yep.
No. I had a problem with the Tunsil signing.
Oh, Laramie.
Laramie.
We spoke about that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I forgot to mention him in players that we kept. Yeah, we gave Laramie Tunsil a 2-year extension, 62, I believe, over 2 years, making him the highest paid left tackle. He's already reset the market once back when he was, I believe, with the Texans. He did it again. He represented himself. He did this deal by himself. He had no representation. I give him all the credit. He's only 31 years old, which is still...
Well, he... Honestly, you could say that, but was there another option at a tackle for you guys?
No, there wasn't.
So you just threw the money at him.
Not at his skill set. We had the money.
Here comes the money.
We had the money. I think you tell me that he's not a top 5 left tackle in the league.
Oh, I would have to look at it. I will have to do some research.
It's
not.
I'm just saying. I think he's one of the top 5 players at his position. I'm okay with giving him the back.
I give him top 10, but
I'll check. Who's above?
Who you say now?
Who would you say is below him?
Below him?
Yeah, like
you mean who's above him?
No. Who's 5 that are below him? Like that you would rank him above at the position.
Yes. You're asking me on the spot to think of players that I don't know half their names. That's not fair.
Well, if you're saying that he's top 5 in his position, who would you rank below him?
He barely gave up any pressures last year. Barely had any
flags on him. Was he all pro?
Barely any sacks. No, he did not.
So there's at least a couple guys better than him.
Yeah, like I said, top 5. So. Okay. Anyway, I was going to Tim Settle, who is actually reuniting with the Commanders because he got drafted by the Redskins in 2018. He's been a Commander. He's been a Washington football team and a player, and now he's a Commander. I mean, he started out as Redskin, Washington football team player. Now he's a Commander. Look, he's a big guy who's going to plug up the middle. He's a good nose tackle. Clearly, he's there to help with the 3-4 defensive scheme. He was pretty dominant for the Texans last year before suffering a season-ending foot injury. He's going to make 3 years, $24 million. Okay, can be worth up to 25 with incentives. And he was a 5th-round pick in 2018. Look, so I don't hate that move at all. I think that's a good depth piece. He's a good rotational guy.
I'm sorry. With that Max Crosby thing, the Raiders just lost $30 million of their cap space.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Which means they're going to have to renege on some of those
Tyler Linderbaum.
Some linebackers might be free.
Yeah, they're reporting that he clearly didn't pass his
physical. Boy. Yeah.
Yep. Medical reasons.
So does that make him... So now do you think anyone else would trade for him, or...
They will, but they won't send as much.
Now, see, though, we got to keep in mind,
they won't send them much for
this isn't like... When people report that they've signed, they're not actually signed. This is still a negotiation period.
Correct.
Like, yeah, they just got...
We're still legal tampering, yeah.
So, the Raiders have committed so much money. They spend more money in free agency so far. They might have to come back on a deal or two. Which includes one of my guys. I'll get to in a second.
Okay. Hang on. Let me get back to it.
Apologies, Lucas.
So, look, at the end of the day, Tim Settle's a really good depth piece. You add him to Javon Kinlaw, Johnny Newton, Deron Payne. I think we still have Sheldon Day. I'm not on. No, he's a free agent right now. I do want to also note. Oh, actually, before I get to that, we just had an addition right before the podcast. We had a Leo Chenal. He is a 2-time champion with the Kansas City Chiefs, was drafted in the 3rd round of the 2022 draft. He is one of the most athletic linebackers out there, has a relative athletic score of 9.99. By the way, can only go up to 10. He's good in coverage and in blitzing. He's had 6 pass breakups and 208 tackles over 4 years. Okay, so the guy's pretty good. And we got him on a pretty decent deal. I believe, what was it, 2 years or 3 years for 25? I want to say something like that. I don't have the number in front of me here. But
it's still okay.
And this is what Patrick Mahomes had to say about him. Extremely strong. I mean, like, he's got the strength of a D lineman, but he plays the linebacker position. I don't want to be the guy when he's working out. I don't want to be with that guy when he's working out. We call him John Cena. That is what Patrick Mahomes said.
Champion.
I can only think of John Cena when he does like ridiculous movie roles, but hopefully this guy is not like that. That being like Trainwreck, if you know, you know. Anyway, now I'm just thinking of John Cena and Trainwreck. That being said, JT gets it. He's dying right now. That being said,
finish this,
I will end on this note. We haven't lost any free agents either. None of our free agents have signed anywhere else. Just putting that out there. So we might be retaining more people than we think. Yet to be determined. We will see. But yet again, like I said at the beginning, Brandon Ayuk is coming as soon as he gets released.
In defense.
But that being said, I pass the ball. I will hand off the ball to Maurice.
I'm going to intercept it real quick. I'm sorry, Maurice. I got to get this thing.
Hold on.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Scoop and score. Mal and Lucas, both your teams are in the top 10 of free agency spending in the last 2 days. Mal, your team has spent $123.3 million, and Lucas, your team's in the top 5 with $147 million being spent.
I believe it. I believe it.
All right, so let's get into the free agency so far for the Philadelphia Eagles after 2 days. Before the free agency started, we re-signed Jordan Davis. That was a big move. Get him now, get him early, get him cheaper. They re-signed, say an extension, a 3-year extension for $78 million. That includes $65 million guaranteed. I'm happy for Jordan Davis because he came a long way. He was a middle round draft pick who I questioned his motor early on, but he improved. He worked hard.
I had a feeling he
worked hard.
He had it at
Bulldog,
Georgia.
after all. He worked hard, and I'm really proud of him because last season he kind of won us 2 games early in the season, the Cowboys game and the Rams game. He's played. Actually, I would say he actually had a better season overall than Jalen Carter. And Jalen Carter is going to be someone that's been in the news lately, trades and all that. He's going to get paid eventually by someone. He's going to get paid. And he's going to break the market for defensive tackles whenever he gets paid. So I just want to shout out Jordan Davis, working hard, and he got rewarded for it. So congratulations to him. So our free agency, first day, I was like that SpongeBob meme. I was looking at everybody else having fun because Howie Roseman, he wasn't doing anything.
No, I understand.
First day, he wasn't signing nobody. But we lost like 4 people. Reed Blankenship went to the Texans. That one hurt because Reed was homegrown right here. And it's going to suck to see Reed Blankenship move on to the Texans. Wish him the best. N'Kobe Dean, he was signed to the Raiders. We're going to see if that holds up now because of the Crosby.
Allegedly.
We're going to see if that holds up with the Crosby trade being rescinded.
Hang on, Maurice. I want to add that the Cowboys threw more money at Nakobe, but he decided to go to the Raiders because he didn't want to. He felt like he was betraying Philly if he went to the Cowboys.
I wasn't going to mention that out of respect to JT, but since you brought it up, he showed some loyalty.
I don't care. Like,
he showed some
happens,
loyalty. He didn't want to be a Cowboy. He didn't want to go to the ops, so he took another deal somewhere else. I'm pretty sure it was very close in money. I'm sure he's not going to pass up a couple million. That would be kind of crazy for him going to his first contract. With that said, though, Nakobe Dean, wish him the best as well. We kind of saw the writing on the wall last season when they drafted Jahai Campbell. He came in, did a really good job early on when Nakobe Dean was still recovering from his injury. So we know what that looks like with Campbell and Bond. So hopefully after another season of progression and off-season training, Jahai Campbell will feel right in that role. I think he's going to do really well. We also lost Jalen Phillips. The Carolina Panthers threw a lot of money at him. More money.
He got paid.
Yeah.
Paid.
Yep, 120.
That defense is going to be nightmarish this coming season. He
120
also got Devin Lloyd as well.
For 4 years. It's a lot of money. I think it's like 80 million guaranteed. Eagles couldn't keep him on that. They couldn't pay him that. So wish him the best. He had a good. They gave up a first round pick for him. Not first round, a third round pick, but they're going to get a compensatory pick next year around the same pick, maybe a little later. But they're going to get a third round pick for him. So equaled out well. And our last one was Jahai Dotson. He got signed. I forget what he got signed to. I think he got signed to a
2-year deal.
What do you got signed to? I forget.
Where? Oh gosh, I don't.
Forgotten receiver.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
I think Falcons.
Is it sure the Falcons?
I'm like 70% sure. You might want to double check.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a good fit for him.
I could see it.
Yeah, that's a good fit for him. Yeah, it was the Falcons. Thanks, Lucas. Wish him the best. He was receiver 3. He wasn't going to get the opportunities here to really make the big money, so he went to Atlanta. Wish him the best as well. Going into day 2, Howie Roseman started to get a little active. I sent Howie a text. Y'all didn't know about this, but I sent him a text. I was like, Howie, I'm about to go on 14 Rings NFC's podcast. I have nothing to talk about, man. Howie. Give me something. Give me something. And he must have listened to the pod from 2 weeks ago. It said Raheem Shaheed and Tyreek Woolen was my 2 guys. He gave me one of them. So Tyreek Woolen, welcome to Eagles Nation. Welcome to Philly. You were one of my top 2 guys that I talked about last week that I wanted. Now they got him on a 1-year deal, $15 million. We're going to see how it looks next to Quinyon Mitchell. I think it's going to be really good. And if you got Cooper DeJean in the slot, in the middle, I mean, I'm really happy about this move.
Hey, Maurice, I got a quick question for you. With Reed going to the Texans, do you think they might try DeJean at safety a little bit?
I actually think there's a guy out there. He's pretty good at safety, at least here. Every time he shows up, Eagles win Super Bowls.
Yep. Talking about CJ?
Oh my God!
CJ
Here we go.
Round 3.
This will be his third time.
Third time around the sun.
Every time he came here, they won Super Bowl.
Third time's a charm.
So I mean, hey, bring them on back. Or at least they got the Super Bowl. Excuse me, they got the Super Bowl. But yeah, there are some guys out there. We still banking on Makuba coming back. He was solid before the injury. He was really solid, and I like them coming out of Texas as well. With the Eagles' 9 draft picks as of right now, after the compensatory picks, the 9 picks, hopefully they'll hit on a safety in this upcoming draft. They also
there's a ton of them.
You said what?
There's a ton of them.
I mean,
I actually got 2 going to you guys too.
I have a question, guys, because I'm a little lost on my timeline. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Maurice. When it comes to trades and officially signing, what is the date that ends?
When this episode comes out.
So tomorrow.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., right?
4 p.m.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
They also picked up Johnny Mundit, tight end from Jacksonville. I like that move because he's a really good blocker, and they needed blocking. They lost Johnny Wilson last year to an injury. Then Sumeri got injured the first play of the game, in the first play of the season. And the offensive line just underperformed all season, which is why Saquon Barkley didn't have the season rushing we all thought he could have coming off of 2,000 yards. So they bring in a blocker, a blocking tight end. Hopefully Johnny Wilson comes back. Maybe they might resign Van Sumeren. But then Howie did something weird. He re-signed Grant Calcaterra. I don't know why he did that. I mean, he might have a good rapport with
For the vibes.
He might have a good rapport with Jalen Hurts, but as a tight end 3, I wish you would just. I'd rather you just draft a tight end than bring back Calcaterra. Calcaterra, they signed one of the best blocking tight ends and re-signed one of the worst blocking tight ends in the league. He was horrible last year as a blocker. The film don't lie. I mean, he was bad. He was really bad. That was the moves Howie Roseman made all in about the last 2 hours since we started recording.
Yep.
Howie's starting to move. He's starting to percolate. We'll see what happens now with Crosby. We'll see what happens with Jalen Carter. We'll see what happens with Dallas Goedert. He's still a big fish out there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see about all of them. And then you got the looming AJ Brown trade that everyone wants to talk about for engagement.
I don't think that's happening.
I'm talking to engagement.
It doesn't feel like it's gonna happen.
I'm not gonna get too deep in there, but the networks want to keep talking about it for no reason. But anyway, I digress.
So we want to thank you guys for listening to this very chaotic and interesting episode of 14 Rings, an NFC East podcast. We had a lot of news break, so it was kind of cool to kind of jump off the rapport of each other. But we will dive into this way more next week after the free agency deadline tomorrow. I'm sure that we will have more news for you guys. So enjoy it. Enjoy the drama. Enjoy the ride. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media at 14 Rings and NFC East Podcast. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find our individual episodes as well. JT, thank you for doing your solo draft. We'll see how that plays out next month and how close you were to what Jerry and the Cowboys actually do. We
shall see.
We shall see. Please make sure you also subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. Bye, y'all, and go Big Blue.
Raise hell.
Go Birds.
DC for life. Blessings.